Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to discuss about the errors in C++ or C. First I will show you the errors, then I will tell you which type of error this is and how we can remove them. Okay, let's see. If I write this line of code and when I try to compile it, it is giving me error. Okay, so these types of error, when we miss something or we violate the rule of the language, that are the syntax error, or we can usually call them compile time errors. When the program doesn't compile, the compiler catches these types of error before a program can make its exe file. Okay, so how we can remove this? When we come over to this part of the dev C++ and we see the error and we click on it, it will show us the place of error or one place after of the error. It is showing me on line 15, but the actual error is on line 13. Means this errors occurs before this line. Okay, it is telling me that this error is before this line. Error is not here but here. Okay, so when you try to debug your program, you have to check manually where you have missed something or violated the rule of the language. Okay, so when I click on it, it will show me the error here, but error is not here. Error is before that point. Especially in dev C++, it shows you the line after the error. Okay, whenever you catch these type of error, so see one line before, two line before, or before where the compiler is indicating the error. So when I put here the colon and compile it again and I run it, it will give me correct output. Okay, let's see our second error. Now we are going to see our second error. Now here you see program is compiled successfully, but when I run this program crash. Why? This is occurred due to runtime errors. Okay, in runtime errors, your program compiled successfully, but when it runs, the program will crash suddenly or unexpectedly. It behave unexpectedly because anything divided by 0 is not allowed in programming languages or is undefined, as you know. So whenever your program is crashed or stopped unexpectedly, then you have to check the values of your variables. Okay, you have to check the values of your variables, because it is mostly due to the values of your variables. The runtime errors occurs almost due to values of your variables. Okay, so these are the runtime errors. Now we see our next type of errors, which are linker errors. So when here everything is right and I write here 2 and make it capital M. Okay, so I'm going to compile it, and these types of linker errors are also occurred before compilation. Okay, these are also compile time errors. So whenever you catch this type of error, like here it is called undefined reference to main, win main, Why? Because we have used capital M here, and C, as you know, C++ is case sensitive, and this main means with capital M, main is not defined in this header file. Our main function is defined in winMain, right? So main is not defined with capital M in this header file, so it gave us error like undefined reference to blah 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 if you use illegal expression, or you can say a type of typo. So whenever you catch this error, you have to check your built-in functions or built-in variables where you have missed something or write something wrong. One thing more, when you these type of errors occur when you click on them, it will show you nothing here, but it will tell you where your problem starts. So it is telling us that our problem is starting in our main function. So we have to check in our main function where we have written something wrong. So I write it again, main, and compile it again. It will run successfully and it will give us output successfully, right? So these are the linker errors. Now we will check the logical errors. Logical errors are occur due to our logic building. Whenever we are building our logic, we catch this type of errors. These errors occur. So as you know, logic building is most important thing in programming, but when your logic is not correct, then logical errors will occur. Let's suppose I want to print something 5 times. Okay, and so I tried to print out something 5 times, and here we go. Add this line, name of my channel I will write here. Now let me put this way. Okay, let's suppose I write this expression I greater than 5 in this way. Okay, let me compile it. I have compiled it, compiled successfully, and when run it will print nothing. Why? Because my logic, what I provide it to for loop, is wrong, because here value if it will print out this line when value of I will be greater than 5, and it will never become greater than 5 because it will terminate the loop on its first iteration, right? Here our logic is wrong. So logic building is important, and when we get unexpected result or not the result we desired for, then there is a logic error. So whenever you get the output not desired, then you must see the logic of your program. You have to analyze your program logically, check your logical expressions, and wherever you provide logic in the program for your logical errors. So the main point of the logical errors is undesired outputs. Whenever you get the undesired outputs, there will be a logical error in your program. So to remove the logical errors, you have to analyze your program, analyze your logic, then compile it again and run it again. Here when we got nothing on output, then we are going to analyze our logic which we provide to our for loop, and we know that I is not going to greater than 5. So because we initialized it with 0, and whenever the loop come here, it will check, it will initialize it with 0, and when it sees the logic, it will not going in the loop, it will exit from the loop on its first iteration. So I am going to correct my logic. Now when I compile it and run it, it will show me 5 times my output, right? So again I'm going to close it, then close it, and I want to show you one more error which is common, and we can stuck with it. Now let's suppose I compiled it and run it, minimize it, then I am going to write something here like see out. I write nothing, okay, and when I compile it and it's doing nothing. Actually, when our window of output is already there and we compile, okay, let me show you something here. See out, and here now I am going to save it and try to run it. It's also running, so it's not happening with this ID, but it sometimes occurs whenever you try to run your code and it says return exit with ID 1. Whenever you got the error return exit with ID 1, you should see in your tab there must be an your program which were running before will be open there, right? You should close the running program before compiling another program, so you can't get the error return or exit with ID 1. Okay, let's see our last error, which is semantic error. Semantic errors are like grammatical mistakes in your program, so we see them. Now I am going to create a grammatical mistake in our program, so you can see how they occurs. Let's suppose a is equal to 5, sorry, x is equal to 5, y is equal to 5, and then we try to output sorry, z not like this, plus y is equal to z, right? Here we try to output the z. So when we compile it, L value required as left operand of assignment. So this is a grammatical mistake because we are assigning z to x plus y, which is incorrect in programming languages. In algebra it is okay, but in programming language you have to specify your assignment operator on left side, and the expression which you are going to use should be on your right side. Okay, so whenever you got this error, L value error, so change your assignment operator expressions with each other. So here x plus y. Now we have removed our grammatical mistake, and when we compile it and run it, it will run successfully. So as I mentioned before, whenever you got the error like L value errors, you have to check your assignment operator, because mistake will be there. And these semantic errors are also carried by the compiler, or they are also compile time errors. So this was the video for the errors. Please hit the subscribe button, press the icon button for more informative videos. Goodbye.